Welcome back to the John Mendola Show on WILK. Appreciate you joining us each and every Saturday between 10 and 11. Oh, finally, this weather. A little sunshine. Remember that thing? Yep, that big ball in the sky. We got it working to our advantage. So we'll hopefully get some spring sports in. And I'm sure the tennis world has been a little upside down. Joe Sahoski, the head coach for Holy Redeemer Boys Tennis, with us this morning. And, Joe, you're fighting the weather like everybody else, huh?
We're a little bit better than baseball and softball, though. We got that McAdams, so once the snow is off of that and the rain is off of that, we're ready to go.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your team this year and over on the guys' side. How you guys faring so far?
Right now, we have played 4 matches, and we won all 4 matches, so we're 4-0.
All right, well, that's a good start. Let's talk about what's working for you right now with this group of guys.
They're doing a really good job. Our singles players are playing very well. So far, we play 7 matches in each match, and we've only lost 2 matches all season, so everybody's doing their job.
Joe, we'll talk about your team overall and take us through. You have some good senior leadership here on this squad?
Yeah, I brought 3 seniors with me today. Russell is a starter playing number 2 singles. He's played singles for 4 years. I got Zach, who worked his way up from playing doubles. He's starting at number 3 singles this year. And Joe June, who just came out for tennis last year, helped me with the girls all summer, and he worked his way up to a starting position in doubles.
All right, that's great to hear. Talk a little bit about the different things you're getting in the high school level, Coach. How many players are playing on a regular basis? How many are new, guys like Joe that kind of just come in and start saying, hey, I think this is kind of fun?
Every once in a while we get a senior who will come out and wants to come out just because he wants to have some fun. And this year we have Mike Lyons, and he's doing a great job for us. He's right behind it. He's ready to break into the lineup, and I think he will before the season's over.
Tell us a little bit about Russell's characteristics when he's out there on the court. What are some strong points for him?
Russell does a good job of mixing it up. He hits short balls, he hits long balls, he makes the player run around, so he does a good job of keeping himself on the offense and the other player on the defense.
All right, well, we'll get back with you, Coach, as we get to our other players. Let's welcome in Russell Kudish here on the John Mendola Show. And Russell, talk about being 4-0 there at Holy Redeemer. You having some fun?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. We have a really good team this year. A lot of the high schools around lost a lot of players, but we're coming out strong this year.
Let's talk about your number 1 player on the team this year. Who is it, and what kind of style do they have there for Redeemer?
We have Chris Cozen at number 1 singles. He's a really strong player. He hits the ball very hard, and he's doing well so far.
And how about your role there at playing number 2? Talk about what you try to do, as Coach said, kind of making players run around, get a little tired, wear them out a little bit, I guess, is always a good tactic.
Yeah, well, as long as you keep the ball in play, you're eventually going to beat out the other player, so that's what I try and do. I just try and keep it in play as long as possible.
How about things that you've worked on in your game over time? What do you think your strong points are, and then the other parts of the things you're still working on?
One of my strong points is serving. I'm always working on my consistency, but if I could get my first serve in, it really it'll throw off the player.
How about a couple of players that you've noticed work hard this year, maybe that aren't here today with us, that are still kind of grinding through and making some contributions for the Royals?
Well, as Coach said, Mike Lyons came out, and he's doing very well so far, although he hasn't started yet. Dominic Marchese and Mark Harrison are doing very well.
All right, and how about your future endeavors? It's your senior year. What's up next for you?
I'm going up to upstate New York to a college called Paul Smith College. I'm going to major in wildlife and fisheries. Unfortunately, they don't have a tennis team, though. So,
tell me how you found that college and what your interest is with your major. It sounds pretty interesting.
Actually, my aunt found this college, and she knew it would be perfect for me. So we went into it, and we visited it. And I fell in love with it, and I've always loved the outdoors and everything, and it's just perfect for me.
And then the big picture outside of that with that major, what do you hope to do for your career?
I'm thinking something in the field of game warden or park ranger or something along those lines.
All right, I think you look good with that park ranger hat, all right?
Yeah.
All right. Russell Kudish joining us here on the John Mendola Show, headed to New York State, and interesting major, that's for sure. Let's get back with Coach Joe Sahoski. And Joe, always great to get guys that do different things. And, of course, with a tennis team, you got guys that usually do a pretty good job in the classroom as well. Tell us a little bit about Zach Patterson.
Zach's a pretty good player. He worked his way up from playing doubles to playing singles this year. He's worked on his consistency, and that's helped him a lot in his game. And he's also a good physics student.
Oh, we got another bright student here. Let's welcome in Zach Patterson here on the John Mendola Show. And Zach, let's first talk about physics, something that maybe you're the only one in this whole building that may get physics right now.
Yeah, physics is it's an interesting class. Luckily I have a good teacher to teach me how to do it.
Tell us about the interest in the sciences there and what interests you about it and how'd you get involved in it?
Well, I want to major in biology in college, so I figured I should get ahead and learn some physics early, and that's what I decided to take it.
And did you decide on a school yet?
Yeah, I decided. I think I'm going to St. Francis in Loretto, Pennsylvania.
All right, that's an interesting choice, and we've had some student athletes in the past go to St. Francis here in northeastern Pennsylvania. How about your tennis game, Zach? Let's talk about your strengths. What are you doing out there as the number 3 player there at Holy Redeemer?
I try to run the player a lot because I consider myself a fast player, and I can get to a lot of balls that they hit back. But yeah, yeah, I guess that's it.
And then as far as some of the other players on your team that you see putting in some work for Holy Redeemer that got you guys out to that 4-0 start?
Mark Kolendovich, our second doubles, keeps it together and pulls in a nice clutch wins in second doubles.
The mental game of tennis, Zach. Talk a little bit about trying to be headstrong to make sure that your opponent kind of doesn't get into your head, and making sure that if a ball's close to being out, you got to kind of bounce back, whether it's out or not. And you may think it's one thing, the other player may have said something else. But take us through what you try to do to keep mentally sharp.
Well, yeah, definitely not try to get frustrated with yourself. When you play frustrated, you play worse. And keeping your head in the game is very important. And I think tennis is 70% mental and 30% physical.
And with that being said, life lessons that you get out of the game of tennis, what are some things that you could say, this is what I learned about myself or about the game of tennis that's kind of going to help me in another area?
Well, I think in tennis, you don't really find a bad person to play against. Like I find everyone very nice, and being a good person and tennis is just a good sport to play. It gets you in shape, and it's fun.
All right. Well, looks like you're having fun. We wish you well there at St. Francis, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Zach Patterson from the Holy Redeemer Royals tennis team. Coach, one more fella to talk about, and that's Joe June. Tell us about Joe.
Joe came out last year and had a little bit rust in his game. He didn't play very well at the beginning, but he learned his game very well. He helped me all summer with the girls' team, and that really improved his game, and it worked himself up into a doubles position.
All right, and he's a student of the game, I guess, is kind of the way he went about it. A little different maybe than some other players, huh?
Oh, yes, definitely.
All right, let's welcome in Joe June here on the John Mendola Show. And, Joe, let's talk about following Coach around and kind of getting that feel for what the game's all about.
Yeah, it was really nice going and playing with the girls and with Mr. Zahutsky all summer and helping him out. It really helped me out playing, and it was a lot of fun.
When you first started, did you think, I'm just doing this just to kind of stay busy, learn a little bit? Did you know that you'd be playing this spring?
No, I didn't think I'd be starting. It didn't seem like it'd be something I'd end up getting really good at, but it worked out.
That synergy with a doubles partner is so important. Tell us a little bit about who your partner is and what you guys try to do out there on the court.
My partner is Mark Kolendovich, and it's all about communication, and having someone else there to back you up is really nice sometimes, and we work well together.
How about some of these younger players? What do you try to do to help them or guide them? Again, you may say, hey, listen, I'm just learning the game myself, but what could you do as a leader otherwise with some of the younger players to keep encouraging them?
You just give them tips sometimes and help them out. And Brandon is a freshman that's just coming in, and he's playing really well right now, and he should become a great tennis player, and it's great to help him out.
I think we've all been around a sport where we've kind of seen that player that might get a little bit of a hothead or what have you. Coach seems like a mild-mannered guy and kind of approaches things the right way. What did you learn from Coach Zahutsky?
To always just keep calm and not to get frustrated and try to do your best out there.
How about the future endeavors for you here your senior year?
I'm going to attend Penn State Wilkes-Barre for 2 years and then go to Maine for aerospace engineering.
All right, big aerospace engineering guy, another bright student, that's for sure. Joe, we wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right, and Coach, let's get back with you as this season kind of moves along here with that 4-0 start. Tennis season's kind of fast, similar to the fall and similar to golf. You'll get into it, and before you know it, it'll be May, and you'll be already in districts.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The end of the season is 2 weeks away.
And what do you hope to do at the district level this year? You think you could compete for a district championship?
Well, it's going to be tough. Seminary is always a tough team to play against. We play them the last match of the season, so hopefully we can go into there ready for them.
And, of course, some teams up in Scranton pretty good, as always. Scranton Prep traditionally good.
Scranton Prep, yes, definitely.
Well, Coach, great to see you. Thanks for bringing the guys in today, and continued success there at Holy Redeemer.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, Joe Sahosky, the head coach for the Holy Redeemer Royals tennis team here on the John Mendola Show. We come back. We got a lot of softball we're going to talk about. Going to talk about a football camp coming up as well. Also going to talk a little bit more about some of the other sports we have going on as Josh Wynn and the Montrose baseball coach will join us and tell us a little about the Meteors for 2017. Let's take a break. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Frank Sorokach. Break like a good neighbor. Frank Sorokach is there. We'll be back here on WILK.